Okay, says we're live. So, hello, welcome, happy Sunday. Hopefully, it's going to be a good day for us. Lots of writing, lots of planning, lots of productivity, whatever it is we're planning to do. Um, couple of things. Just like the life of the Dawdling family. I have heard like skittering noises over the last couple of evenings, usually like 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. So I was thinking it was just like bugs. So that was one of the reasons why I was cleaning up some and decluttering some, just to make sure that I could like spray the baseboards. So I sprayed the baseboards. I'm trying to think. I don't even remember which day. Anyway, so the day after I sprayed the baseboards, it was like a much shorter, like skitter sound. Anyway, um, so I was like, okay, yay, whatever it is, like maybe got the baseboards, they're the boards that go along the floor, um, the edge of the floor and the wall. There's like a cap and then like a little quarter round piece. Mostly decorative, but it serves to kind of seal the gap in between the wall and the floor. Anyway, so when you like spray a room, typically you want to spray along there because why? I think it's because lots of critters travel along there to be like protected, I guess, from one area, like from one direction. I don't know. Anyway, um, so I thought I had it handled. I was like, yeah, it's just gonna, whatever it was is gonna crawl on the bug poison and like crawl off and die. It's gonna be fine. Last night, I heard the skitter again, and then I hear something that sounds like plastic dropping. No, sorry, I'm trying to remember the the timing of everything. I hear skittering and it's going on for a little while. So I turn on my light and like nothing is moving. So I stand up and try and sort of like orient myself to where the noise is. And then I hear like a little thing dropping. I was like, what is that? And I'm looking around and nothing in my room has fallen. Like I'm not seeing anything visibly. At this point, it's like 3:30 in the morning. My lights on. I'm standing there going, what the what the fuck? Anyway, I decide I'm just gonna like go to the restroom and then like maybe try and go back to bed or contemplate sleeping on the couch. So I open my door and there's this thing outside my room. Like there is a gap underneath my door, so whatever. But there is this thing on the ground, and I'm like, is that a bug exoskeleton? What is this? And I peer a little closer, and it looks like the size and shape of a peanut, like a shelled peanut. And I'm like, what is this? And at this point, I think me rustling around in my room woke my dad up. So he came out and I was like, have you eaten peanuts recently? And he goes, no. What? Anyway, so we think now that because it's too big, it winds up, it looks, I think, after closer inspection and putting on my glasses, I think it was an old Mike and Ike's that who knows where it's been. I don't know. Anyway, but it's whatever it is too big for a roach to carry. So we think is a mouse. So we have set up mouse traps. But at that point, like I'm sure that I made enough noise to scare it back into whatever hole it's been in. But I'm like, no, not again. Because if y'all have been here for a long time, y'all have remembered that we've had mice before, and that was the last time we had mice was when they were coming up through the air ducts. That was before we had the air ducts redone. So I'm like, so if they're not coming through the air ducts, where are they coming from? So I'm trying not to freak out, but I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night because obviously, like, my brain is trying to, like, hear and make sense of noise and track where it is and, like, all this other kind of stuff, and I'm like, "Nah." Anyway, I did manage to get some sleep last night, but, um, yeah. So, um, yeah, your sister and boyfriend just caught a mouse in their apartment. They're releasing it today far away. Yeah, I preferably would be able to do the catch and release, but the problem is that when you live on the edge of like a meadow-esque area, which we have nearly an acre of woods. It's not quite an acre, but whatever. We've cleared the area around the house, which helps. But anytime you have like a transition from like meadow to woods, there are more critters of all types that live in that area because it's a transitional phase um, of like geology and ecology and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so if you let it out, it could just come back in. And last time we made a mistake, and this is one of the reasons why we wound up getting our air duct work redone. But last time I put some um, essentially like poison bait out underneath the crawl space or in the crawl space underneath the house. But the mouse died in the air duct to my dad's room. So that was not a good. That was not a good. So we had to call people to come and like remove it because it started stinking. So we don't want to do that. It's got to be like a quick and painless thing. So, and we need to be able to like remove the bodies. Anyway, so yeah. So there's that. So we have mouse traps set up. Hopefully tonight. Hopefully there's only one. Um, but we'll see. Anyway, so that is why I am like feel foggy headed. Um, getting a real cat is not really an option. No. Um, so they had godmother lived in Ireland. They had mice a lot, and she's petrified of them. Yeah, it's like my paranoid butt last night was sitting there like hearing the sounds of the fan because I had to turn it off because it was making me paranoid that the sounds it was making were whatever the creature is, which is likely a mouse. Anyway, so I was just sitting over there going, what if it chews on the wires for my laptop charger? Then I'm going to have to order a laptop charger. And I'm like, it's fine. You can last, there will be enough battery juice in there that you can like turn your computer on for most of the day and you'll be fine. And I'm like, but what if I don't realize that it's been chewed on? I'm like, my own brain is making me roll my eyes. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what we may or may not have mice, probably again. And this was like, so this house that we bought, it had been foreclosed on, and then it had sat empty for quite some time, and whoever left it did not properly close all of the like windows and stuff. And so there were a couple birds' nests, and we had some mice in the house initially that like we had to deal with. And one of them was like came out of my closet. That's how we knew we had an issue. I was like, oh, we got to deal with this. And then there were several others in the garage. And so like, again, there's another one that I'm hearing in my bedroom. I'm like, no, I don't want it. So anyway, but in terms of cats, I threatened a couple of days ago that I might do the cat loaf crochet thing. So my first attempt, as always, is a little wonky. And I did not get the shape quite right. And also the face is a little wonky, and the tail was minor. So here is my first cat loaf. I added about 8 stitches somehow after the feet and the ears, and so it's rounder than it should be. And then the tail is about 2 times as thick um, as the pattern calls for, but I didn't like it that thin, so I tried to make it thicker, and now it's just like turning, and I don't know what to do about it. Anyway, I'm also not like I wish the ears were pointier, and they also want to tend to like fall back instead of forward, so I don't know how to fix that. So that was attempt number 1. And then here is attempt number 2, much more shapely, according, and has the correct number of stitches in the belly and whatnot. Same issue with the ears in that it wants to sort of like fall back instead of flop forward. I did the tube tail, which was from a different cat pattern. So anyway, so here are my 2 cat lips. Unfortunately, they will not catch the critter for me. So there you go. In your old house, your cat brought in a field mouse from outside and started playing with it. Yeah. It could be the attic because of scare noises. Yeah, we do have an attic space. It's not very big, but raccoons or weasels or animals. Squirrels, maybe. If we wanted to get rid of them, we had to have specialists and hunters because of the regulations. Gotcha. Yeah. Your son's younger cat is a decent mouser, but this is an old house and there are plenty of places for them to hide. His older cat is, well, old. Your cat is just a doofus. Not a huntress. No. Yeah. Yeah, so they're cute. But I think I would like to make the ears a little bit more pronounced somehow. I like the little popcorn feet. The little popcorn feet are fun. But yeah. Megan says, also next month I'm going on a cross-country trip and you need more music to add to your playlist. So far, the playlist is mostly funky alternative rock music. If you have any suggestions, I need them. Funky alternative rock music. Do you want like nostalgic things from when you were teen/college years? You can go down memory lane there. It's a squirrel cat. It kind of does look like a squirrel cat with the twisty tail. Yeah. Cool Gamer 2. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Could you crochet around a pipe cleaner for the ears and tails? Possibly. Maybe. But that maybe. I'll have to look that up and see it. You would prefer new stuff to nostalgic music. Gotcha. You tend to listen to things until you hate them. Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. What have I there's a artist called Jamie Hanna, and he's got a song called Flowers that I think is like only one or 2 years old. But lately he's been doing these shorts where he redoes like a Whitney Houston song, a Mariah Carey song as like an Italian aria. It sounds amazing. Sounds great. Not necessarily like punk or folk rock type thing, but it's very cool. I keep going back to Florence and the Machine because she's my jam. Let's see, what else? Somebody else, oh gosh, what's Livingston, I've come across, just that's the name that they go by, Livingston. I've come across several times here on YouTube in like shorts and things. And then there's is it Estonia? Let me check. Estestone. Um, okay, it's like beautiful, atmospheric, wonderful guitar. And there's just something about it that's very meditative to me. Um, so that's the name of the guitarist. Uh, Jamie Hanna with the song Flowers. Who else have I seen? Oh, Livingston, I mentioned. I think that's their name. Who else? Anybody else have something they've had in their ears nonstop? There's a French artist that her stuff was apparently on top of French radio close to 8 to 10 years ago, but I just discovered her in the last 2 years. Indila, and it's specifically the album Mini World. Aurora, of course, she's amazing. Who else? Who else has some new music or new to you music? Since I have my playlists on my phone and I just activate the Bluetooth connection, I don't listen to the radio as much, so I don't discover new things because I'm not constantly plugged into what's it called? Spotify. So I have Spotify somewhere, but I hardly ever turn it on. Lindsey Stirling, yeah. Lindsey Stirling is good. If you like violin and sort of the Lindsey Stirling pop violin, pop classic, but rock theme, sort of. Oh gosh, what's his name? Garrett Young. I have 2 of his albums. What is his name? Violin rock Garrett. Okay, none of those seem right. David Garrett. There we go. I knew there was I was like something. So David Garrett has a couple of violin rock. Yeah, and Lorena McKenna are more sleep vibes for sure. There's definitely there are okay. So 2 Steps from Hell. And what's the other one? Ivan Torrent. Epic battle music, very cinematic. So 2 Steps from Hell is a orchestral group that was put together by cinematic composers. And I think Ivan Torrent also does cinematic compositions. But specifically 2 Steps from Hell is a lot of battle atmosphere stuff. They're great. Anyway, so there's some options that you may want to look into and decide if you want to throw a couple of them on your playlist or just not. So but yeah, you need something to help you stay awake on an 8-hour 4-day trip. Yeah. CBS, have you ever heard of a band called Alter Bridge? No, I have not. They are fabulous. Okay. So if you want music to keep you awake, there are a lot of Broadway musicals that you can recommend. Les Mis, Hamilton, The Great Comet of 1812. yeah, if you want to sing along to things like Phantom of the Opera and all that kind of fun stuff, always some good times there. Queen, always fantastic option. But again, you said you wanted to listen to something new rather than old. So, yeah. So there's a couple of hopefully new to you recommendations. Hopefully. Um, but yeah. All right, let me pull up the where is it? Here it is. The picture pull for today. Do you want, or does your character want, the red panda slash fancy nails, or the horse with lashes and makeup? You could go either one for like an animal companion, or you could go for like what type of fancy up does your character want to do? Like, would they gravitate more towards fancy nails? And whatever fancy nails can mean is up to you, whether it's like long acrylics, short fancy painted nails, or if it's like, I don't know, dagger nails with poison underneath so that she or he can like assassinate somebody. I don't know. Up to you. And then lashes and makeup. Or the horse, so that you could travel far away. I don't know. Whatever your preference is. The red panda or fancy nails, and the horse or lashes and makeup. Whatever you want. 21 Pilots. Yep. Also a good band. You find a lot of energetic techno on Odyssey slash LBRY, but that may not be to your taste. Is that like a rental thing? Is it like a library thing for albums? How does that work? I've never heard of them. The will be do. Oh, okay. So LBRY got in trouble, closed in July 2023 after losing a lawsuit from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, which found that LBRY had sold unregistered securities. Okay, is that the same one? I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway, I do not know what it is, but you love Six. Two people, yes. Monique and CB love Six. You haven't heard much from Dear Evan Hansen, but you're going to see it in March next year. Ivan Torrent is amazing. Yes, agreed. Dear Ivan Hansen is a problematic musical. Oh. Keiko was like, I was gone for a bit. Are we talking music for writing? We are talking things that Megan might want to add to her playlist, and we might want to add to our playlist. Because Megan is taking a cross-country road trip to go see Bestie and needs some music to keep awake on the trip. Okay, so LBRY is the phone app version of Odyssey. It's free. It's a decentralized platform, so similar to YouTube. Okay, gotcha. CB says the story, I'm assuming we're talking about Dear Evan Hansen, is problematic because it's about mental health issues. Okay. Keiko's excited to see someone else knowing about Lorena McKinnick. Yes, she's amazing. She's great. Do I have one or two albums of hers? I know I have at least one, but I think I have two. In a while. Kara's like, I didn't know about the unregistered securities thing. The app still works on my phone. Interesting. Maybe it's a different thing that's named with the same acronym. I don't know. You remember Lorena McKenna? She was the reason every woman dyed her hair red in the 90s. Yeah. Keiko says, I nonstop listen to Ivan Torrance, Remember Me. I think I have that one. Do I? I don't know. Anyway, I'll look at it later. I knew what you mean. I knew what you meant. Sue says, I loved the soundtrack of American Idiot, but I hated the show. We left at the interval. There's really only been a couple of movies and shows that I went to that I immediately after exiting the show was like, I have to buy the soundtrack to that. There's only been a couple of those. Hidalgo was one. Oddly enough, The Scorpion King was, but I don't remember if it was like one or two, but I think it was the first one. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so those two, Lord of the Rings, of course. Lord of the Rings, absolutely gorgeous, wonderful music. Troy also, because of the song with Josh Groban, I was obsessed. The Huntsman, was that what it was called? Snow White and the Huntsman? Had a Florence and the Machine song in it, and I was like, oh yes, but I had already discovered Florence at that point. There are aspects of the old Dune soundtrack. I had not listened to the entirety of the new Dune versions. But I know there's a couple parts in the old Dune, and I'm talking like the one with like the really funky hats, the 80s or the 90s one, where like if you took a shot every time there was a weird hat, you'd be drunk before like 30 minutes in. That one, that Dune. There are aspects of that soundtrack that every time I listen to it, I get goosebumps. Here we are just chatting music. We're on 27 minutes. Okay, I promise we're going to pull a card and we're going to get to writing today. I promise. Let's see. Megan is looking for like keep awake music, not necessarily ambiance, but Marsha's Muses has amazing ambiance music. Nice. Okay. I will also look them up because it's great. You watched Hamilton on Disney Plus and immediately ordered the soundtrack. Keiko's like, oh my god, I still have to have the Dune Part 2 soundtrack because, oh my god, it was my entire personality during April and May. Yes. Breath of Life. Yes. Florence and the Machine. She is my jam. I love her so much. Yes. Okay, Keiko's like, listen to it, the Dune. It hits so different when you've watched the movie. Yeah, the 1984 when they had the entire soundtrack. Both the miniseries had good ones. Definitely not better than the new one because your country, because Hans Zimmer, but still good. Yes. But yeah. So hopefully out of all this, Megan got at least one or two things that she can look up and add to the playlist. But yeah. And then of course there's the standard of like, Nightwish and Temptation and fun stuff like that. Anyway, okay, let's not do that. That's definitely voting information. We should not be using that as a background for our card for the day. Oh, Nightwish. Yes, Nightwish. Absolutely. Nightwish and Within Temptation were, I discovered those about the same era for myself, and I was like, this is my life now. But also I was listening to One Republic at the same, so it was like cycling between Within Temptation, Nightwish, One Republic, and Florence, just like all the same time. Just like I have such a weird like dichotomy of basically anything with drums, anything with really good drums, a really driving rhythm with that percussion and it's my thing. Yes. And then stunning vocals, of course. Anyway, okay. We got the porcupine today. Porcupine. And if you have not ever listened to Neil Diamond's Porcupine Pie, what have you been doing with your life? Porcupine Spirit, Time for Beginner Mind. When the porcupine spirit calls your mind, calls your name, you are being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old confining stories no longer have a hold on you. Life is full of surprises hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking, whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence that, yes, Keiko, evidence that you have all you need right now to co create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. Yes. All right. You only listen to the old albums where Tarja was the singer, and the two albums with Annette Olson. I love them all. I love them all, and also in particular, the one with Floor, for Ghost Love Score, brilliant, beautiful. But the one with Tarja was also wonderful. I know I'm butchering her name though. So, Boss of Me by They Might Be Giants, aka the theme to Malcolm in the Middle. Yes. Within Temptation. Hard. Yes. Your favorite album is The Unforgiving. Listen to it nonstop when you get in the mood to listen to Within Temptation again. Yeah. I think I discovered, I'm trying to remember which one I discovered first. I think I discovered the album Once first. I think that was my introduction to them. So, Queen of Wands Inverted. Okay. Evanescence, absolutely. Absolutely on repeat. Yes. You got the Otter in the Therapets deck the second time this week, meaning it's okay to struggle. You're doing better than you think you are. Maybe it's a message that bears repeating because that is sometimes a good thing to remember. So the most funny thing is that you started listening to Nightwish & Co. when you were like 9 years old and you couldn't speak English yet. So listening today to them and understanding what the lyrics are actually about. Gotcha. Yep. I'm going to work on my Baldur's Gate 3 fanfic. Nice. Excellent. The first one that you owned was the one with All I Need, and I forgot what it's called. It's a good question. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and switch over to writing mode if we can. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull up my document. It's thinking about it anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up a timer for us. Present, share screen. Baldur's Gate 3 soundtrack and WT was one that was your entire personality from August to November last year. You listened to nothing else. You don't know much about Baldur's Gate 3, but I do like the soundtrack. And also the Final Fantasy soundtracks are great too. So, yes. All right. Let's do this. One Again, pull up your document if you haven't done so already. Oh, got to switch documents. I had the cat loaf pattern up last. So 2, make sure you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back to that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was the first sprint. How'd we do? Also, let me get the picture pulled back up. Do, 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 do. Here it is. Okay. So where am I at now? Okay, I got 844 that time. Good start, good start. I'll pop that in my tracking document. See where we're at. Okay. How did you do? Regina is taking a break. Resting your eyes for a while, you wrote 1,841 words on a new project and input 42 pages of corrections for your dystopian YA, which is amazing. That's a lot. That's a lot. Stacy stopped by to say hello and hit the like button at the pool with the family, and we're on a pool break. Good luck, everybody, and happy sprinting. Happy pool day to you, and don't forget to reapply the sunscreen. CB should also rest a bit. You have written around 9,407 words, which is super impressive. Super, super amazing. You like being ahead of where you're meant to be. Yes. Keiko says, I wrote nothing. Got distracted by videos and self-publishing with Andy is streaming. Yes. Yes, yes. Always a good time over there, too. CB got 26 words. Nice. Megan wrote a bit of your outline for your novel, but you mainly listen to music. Excellent. YouTube is struggling. YouTube struggles. Oh no. So speaking of streams and videos and things, Jessie Corinne is doing a ruthless decluttering washi tape organization. I think when this stream ends, so at 5 p.m. Eastern, I think that's today, if I have that bookmarked in my brain correctly. It's always kind of fun to see other people's rationale for decluttering, especially things like stickers and washi tape and stationery, because some of it echoes your own, but also some of it they declutter for different reasons than you. So yeah, I did officially take all of my decluttering things, which included all my stationery weedings, and sent them to the donation center. So that has been off my plate now. Now I get to start collecting new stuff to donate. I mean, not like buy new stuff, but anyway. Didn't get anything done that time except for having a snack. Hey, snacks are important. Snacks are very important. CB says being ahead won't last, though. It'll only last about 3 to 4 days. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Boyfriend went to Walmart and they were having their back to school sale already. So you had the boyfriend buy 10 one-subject notebooks and 2 things of loose leaf paper. Okay, thank you for telling me this, because I am now going to have to keep making trips to Walmart for when they put it on clearance. So I think it was maybe 2019, I think, before the pandemic. They had like a super clearance, and it was not the Walmart on my side of town. It was the Walmart on the other side of town. And I had just like randomly walked in there when I was out doing my errands. And I was like, oh, let me stop by the Walmart and get X, Y, or Z. And I saw that they had their stationery and back to school stuff on like super clearance, like clearance that I haven't seen in a really long time. Like the spiral bound one subject notebook paper, college ruled, they were like 25 cents. I was like, wow, yes, please. So I bought like 10. And I think I got a little happy planner, like one of the little mini ones for $1. And I was like, wow, yes, absolutely yes. And they had so many things that I came home and I told mom about it, and she was like, oh, we are going back. We are absolutely going back tonight. So we so we went back and did another raid, and she got a whole bunch of the one subject note papers. And I think she found like a 200, was it 200 or 500? It was like a huge chunk of construction paper. And she got that for like $2. And I've been checking back on them like every once in a while. And like the new clearance prices for those are like $10. I'm like, that's a after getting like a bigger package for $2, I don't think so. So I need to like keep Hawkeye on the other Walmart and be like, I know that if they're just putting it out now, it won't be for a little bit, but still, like I wish that I had recorded like some sort of vlog that day so I could like know what day it was. Anyway, but since the pandemic, that has definitely not been any kind of, because I think they had too much and they had to recoup the prices of them or something. So they have never put them on that kind of clearance again that I have seen. I'm hoping this year maybe it'll be normal. Maybe it'll be back to that. But yeah, like I like those prices, right? But also you had to go from stock up because you're going to college. Yay! Excellent. Do you already have a declared major or / field of study? Do you know all that kind of fun stuff? It's not set in stone, of course, but you can always change it. But yeah. You got 2 of those in HEB or Walmart in Houston for like $2.19. Yeah. So I don't know what it was about 2019 and the clearance prices then, but they were good. At least if you like walked into the store on the right day. So he's like, I don't know if our back to school sales will be starting till late August. They always start way earlier than I feel like they should, because like we're technically, if it's today, that means they're putting it up in the first week of July. At that point, like most of the registrars haven't even finished like sorting kids into classes. I'm gonna be honest with you. So like how do you know like which class you're going to be in? And some classes require different school supplies. So yeah. But at this point, I think mostly the supplies are pretty generic in terms of like buy a notebook for this class. Or like loose leaf paper and a 3-ring binder, if you have extra optional like coloring pencils would be great, but not necessary type thing. That kind of highlighters would be good, but again, not necessary. Megan says, I'll be majoring in marketing. Nice. Yay. Fun. CB says, could they have subconsciously known that something huge was coming? I don't even know. I do not even know. You don't know what your classes you'll be taking. Yeah. You could, depending on the program coordinator, you could hit them up and be like, hey, is there a like list of classes that, and the order of it is likely to be required. I don't know. Program coordinators are pretty helpful for stuff like that. Monique says, not sure why, but I'm nostalgic over all the school supplies that I keep seeing. Yeah, like, because it was kind of fun in terms of like picking out your stuff. Most of your sales here are dictated by the ones down in England, because a lot of companies up here have their headquarters in England, so are beholden to what their head office decides. Yeah, and that's, yeah. Although I did see a short about somebody who was at like a bargain store in California, and they had really good prices on stuff. But they were like on a food aisle, and they weren't showing like what the expiration date were. I was like, But anyway, let's go ahead and do another sprint. We've been talking about everything except for writing today. School supplies, music. Oh, well, I mean, school supplies are kind of related, right? Right? But yeah, thank you for letting us know, Megan, that the back to schools stuff is in the Walmart, so we can start checking out and seeing if we can get the clearance. Also, if anybody knows any tips, okay, so I have heard about the Michaels like $5 or $10 grab bags or grab boxes. How do you know that's coming? Because I would love to get a box of craft supplies for $5. Like, does anybody know how the Michaels $5 and $10 like grab mystery bags works? Like, how do you know it's coming? Is there like, how do you know? Do they announce it somewhere secret? Like, yeah. Anyway, I don't need more yarn. I do not need more yarn. I need more yarn. Anyway, Megan says, I'm going to be having a lot of help because I'm getting disability services, so I'm really excited. Ooh, that is exciting. Yes. Yes. Make it accessible. The schools here, when you were a pupil, used to give us our supplies. And some of the ones here do as well. But a lot of times it depends on the poverty and affluence level of the community. So Megan says there are some bargain places around here that sell barely expired food that's still good. Yeah. All righty, let's do it. Another sprint. Another sprinty sprint. We'll do 30 minutes this time. Also, don't forget, second sprint is the self-promo sprint. So if you have something to promote, now's your chance to do so. Please make sure that you promote where you and your work are on the internet. Yeah, don't dox yourself, but tell us where your internet presence is. Anyway, so, thank you, Megan. I'm going to read this sprint. 1, make sure you save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How are we doing? Let's see what I got. Okay, got 1,257, which feels like a lot for that sprint. I think I used a bunch of shorter words. But yeah, okay. Let me plug that in. And we're getting closer to the next sticky being moved. All right. How are we doing? How was that? Don't forget to do your self-promo. So I read the article for how to get the Michael's Mystery Boxes / bags. And essentially, not all Michael's stores do them. So you essentially would have to call your local Michael's to ask one if they do them. And apparently they have like days of the weeks that they put them out typically, or like have them up at the register. I'm not real sure how it works still in terms of like where they keep them. So yeah, if you have a local Michael's and you are interested, apparently they mostly do them, I think, after like they clean the, like when they're swapping decorations, like seasonal decoration, where there's like great swaths of stuff that has to go down. So depending on the holiday that you like best, because sometimes there'll be like holiday themed boxes, sometimes there'll be craft boxes, sometimes there'll be a mix of them, that kind of stuff. But anyway, so there you go. You're going to have to call your local Michael's to see if they even do the grab bags. Let's see. Let me put this back up on the screen. Red panda with the fancy nails. Oops. Nope. Wrong button. Wrong button. What is it? Wrong lever, Kronk. Yeah. But anyway, there's that. Let's see. CB is going to clean out your school supply shelf the last week of July because you're starting lessons in August 1st. Yeah, so you want to know and sort of take inventory of what you have. And that sort of thing. Monique says, you're getting to the end of your chapter. Miranda got rewarded with a very sexy dress. Hopefully she enjoys that. CB says, you ended up reading a Spider-Man fanfic. Excellent. Hope you had fun. Becca did laundry and ate lunch. Ooh. I still have a load of laundry in the dryer. That needs to be... Well, I have one load in the dryer and one load in the washer from yesterday. Like, it's now almost 4 p.m. and I'm just now remembering that. You wish we had Michael's here. We don't. Do you have something equivalent? Is there a craft store? Is there a big box craft store? Excuse me, in the UK? I don't know if there is or not. Tessa has shared the link to your blog. TessaDeanAuthor.com. And then your Instagram handle is Teresa Smeag Writes. You know, joke is likely to be lost on people who are not British. Well, I mean, I know what the words mean, and I know that they are a play on the wrong lever, Kronk, but I don't know what this is from. So, you fell asleep and didn't do anything. Now it's dinner time. Well, at least you had a nap. You have Ryman, W.H. Smith, and The Works. Okay, so these are the craft stores and Hobbycraft and the range. I think I have heard of Hobbycraft. I don't know that I've heard of the other ones. So, would any of them likely have something similar? I don't know if they would or not. Don't know. Okay, it was like YouTube is struggling so bad. Oh no. Oh no. Hopefully it stops struggling for you. But we are going to go ahead and get another sprint going. Let's see. Here's my babbling brook. Okay. There we go. I think we're all set up now. So 1, save your document. 2, make sure you have something to sip. Cheers. Oh, I've seen Wallace and Gromit, but I think I've seen the Were-Rabbit one. I don't know which one that is, though. 3 is to straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, how we doing? How are we doing? Okay. I got a little less than last time, so not bad. Um, we're about 400, maybe 320-ish words from moving the next sticky. So I should get that with one more sprint, which is great. Great, great, great. All right. How's it going? We doing good? Are we doing okay? Doing good? CB was letting us know that there are several Wallace and Gromit videos. So there's the Wrong Trousers, Curse the Were-Rabbit, uh, Grand Day Out, Close Shave, Matter of Loaf and Death. Loaf and Death. And then there's Chicken Run, which Wallace and Gromit are not in, but it's by the same studio. Yes. They made a sequel to Chicken Run. They did, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen it either. Jen is here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Hope you're doing good. So after I get my 300 and some words, I think I'm probably going to swap to the bullet journal and just sort of finish wrapping up some of this week's stuff and then take a look at next week, set up some of my priorities for next week. So yeah, because at the moment, next week is a pretty blank canvas, other than like 2 notations. So gotta fix that. But yeah, okay. Let's do one more sprint. Another sprint. Sprinty, sprinty, sprint. I think we'll just go back to the one. All right. Are we on the 3rd or 4th? I think we're on the 4th now. Right? Maybe? Maybe we're on the 4th. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to call it 4th. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How was that? Did we have a good, is that a good sprint? Good session? Currently using some additional stickers because why not? So I've gotten, I did manage to hit my goal, and I went ahead and moved my sticky. In fact, I wound up moving several stickies after reflecting on what got done this week. Did that. Also set up the sort of like things that I want to get done for my top row. I always like to leave my bottom row not done because sometimes Mondays are longer. So I always want to give however much space it needs. Because usually my non-streaming days are, it's like a different kind of task list that's usually much shorter. Or I can get away with it by like going groceries instead of saying Walmart, Aldi, Publix, Costco. Just say groceries. That kind of thing. So anyway, that is all set up for next week, I think. For the most part, I may add some things. But yeah, that's where we are. As we have hit our writing goal for today, which is awesome. And we are set up for tomorrow, which is also great. So yeah, hopefully you were able to get a good bit done as well. And hopefully we had fun. Anyway, here is the picture poll for today. And in terms of character preferences, do you like a red panda and or fancy nails? Or do you like a horse and or lashes and makeup? Or what will your characters prefer? So 59% said red panda / fancy nails. So there you go. That is the consensus. It's closer than I thought it might be. But on the other hand, like horses are also adorable and transportation. So, here is Mondays in terms of profile pics. And again, this could be your characters. Do you prefer legs for days or do you prefer couple goals pictures? Anyway, there is the sneak peek. So that's Mondays, Wednesdays, and then Fridays. So that's your sneak peek. You can also check out the sneak peek by going to the upcoming streams area under my YouTube channel. But yeah, so there they are. All right, y'all, don't forget to save all of our fantastic work because I've made tons of progress today and I appreciate every single word of it. So yeah, don't forget to check out Julie Z usually has evening sprints for Sunday nights. Also, if you are a fan of decluttering and washi tape, Joshi Corinne is going to be doing a decluttering stream, I think like started a minute ago. But yeah, so anyway, thank you very much. I will hopefully see y'all in the chats if I don't see you before tomorrow. All right, bye. Don't forget to save.